Abusia, I have say a amazing TV. Mesrao, like sa video we na share na comment o for amazing any said the no the echo so ewo ye celebrities one in channel and I'm DB abroad the SEO Ghana no and I'm ma uti bi dwumadi a wo hwe aye 3-in-1 news. Abusia say ye di ahyamudi a ma me aye friend Linda Osei or the nasam akọ Mcbrown eso ma Linda Osei or the nasam akọ na ama Mcbrown eso na asamben na Malinda Osei woka edefa Mcbrown eho abusia nyabotre Mcbrown fans of one so attack no na yebehwe ni nyina e wosa show yi so yen say be no mama yen start ensem no every ni say dwumadie a wo hwe aye 3-in-1 news abusia yen start ensem no e wo this side na ye hu die.
I am 40 years old. I've been married for 7 years with no child. My younger sister is 35 years old now. I live outside the country with my husband. When I was young, I mean, when I started life, I had this boyfriend that I loved so much. Tima, I met him in uni and we dated for 10 years. Throughout the 10 years, we had 6 abortions. And anytime I get pregnant, the only true friend I had was my younger sister. That's why I always confided in her. Since she's a nurse, she would bring me a drug and I'll take. Then in a few minutes, we will see my menses. Because it's always in the first few weeks I find out. So I thought no cause for alarm. I didn't even see it as an abortion since the babies were all not formed. Tima, in our 10th year of dating, my boyfriend left me for another woman. I was shattered, but I got the pieces together and I met my husband. That very month my ex left me. A friend invited me for a mini drink up and we met. He showed so much interest in me, so we started getting along. I realized he didn't live in Ghana, but was on a holiday. I kind of liked his vibe, so we exchanged numbers, and unfortunately he was leaving in 3 days. So I visited him and we had sex and the bond started. Tima, I loved him so much that he made me forget all about my ex. When he returned outside the country, we used to talk every single day. On his way to work and on my way to work too. Our time zone was different, but we managed to keep in touch always. Always. Fast forward, in 6 months, we were so attached to each other that I had no option than to break the news to my sister and mom. They were super happy I finally found someone. Tima, we got married after a year of knowing each other, and trust me, I've never regretted marrying my husband. He moved me to his location after 2 years, so I've been with him outside the country for 5 years. Now, this is where the story begins. Since my sister is a nurse, my mother convinced me into trying to move her to the country we live in so life would be better for her too. Tima, I love my sister so much, so I did. Initially, my husband didn't like the idea, but I convinced him, and finally, by God's grace, we were able to move her to join us. Tima, as I'm talking to you, my sister is pregnant for my husband. And the worst of it all is my blood sister told my husband about my 6 abortions and even said that's why I can't get pregnant. Tima, me myself, I've been to hospitals with my husband, I've been examined, and they all said I'm okay. So I was just waiting on God. Now, my mother, I mean the woman that gave birth to me, says I should leave the marriage for my sister and look for another man. Tima, all seems like a dream to me. Oh my God. My husband wants a divorce and I just don't know what to do.
Hey, abusia information ewo wiase o onu ankasa ni junior sister atimi aba abaji ni kunu ama ne maame nso ese se wabaje dia onjai ma no na onkope kunu foforo abusia na eno no utimu se information ewo wiase papa.
My sister lives in my house and my husband has moved to the guest room to join her because he says he needs to be with her. I feel like dying.
Abusia na eno no information ewo wiase what you said. Yes, Mr. Muyemfri de etema eken so na yenhwe de ekoso ewo ehese
se enyoma enkekese so na ahokyere eba you decided say yenhwe say betumi aye homegrown policies bia ebetumi am yenye sikari de support you ebi ni ile bi yekokobai ye trust dwe ho say say nipa bebre na eko digital nipa bebre na eko electronic when it comes to sales. Now we come example go I say lady bi na menim no wala paza a me hu no okuta why ra4 am business dey you no man what me ato catch them say credit on the shop no what two or to be online morning evening or supply ebe na GR for me ade tax free no kan no so be kaya ukutu bibia wo shopper ye tro bibia friend VAT invoice the amount
enti papa yi epese wo kire se omo mu bie shop no eye omo nkoto ade ana abusuya ye hwe de papa yi a wo sena chi ye kan se ballot box emre bi a atwam no ye ntie de wo kan yes ye ntie
and one tro VAT invoice view obi akwa point of sale devices in office na the shop oto me press pop chuo na pepe bi aba na atiama say ye VAT say ni VAT say be ye VAT for benim say munim sika obi anyim if you buy device new means bi amfa anyi say sika ya ye ho be kire en na ye say obi eko momodia obi eko electronic dia yesu enko electronic dia go bis campaign ye nu peja adi politically essay bibia in a sense omo de shega na progressive say 11 no tax bia obeso ya no pa no bi gina opon achi abokon fa o 11 tax bra na menfenko omo bastardize adi na omo nkai hunu say wey president kufu ado anyi nkonu botom yewra kanofo yata onyi mfenko nkohwe ono ngasa ne ho adwuma oye odi aboa Ghana na se ne mo aye ne oma ila wino aye kosi kodo jian kwenti adasa nsu no Ghana France no na me ne yekokudu bi adui se ka ila bitwi ba on stream and every year bia on average we 6 billion cedis from this and then we answer yebeko calculation na ye no se ka 11 no course na ye space beko a anke benya sika dia support
unim calculation no mo ye no omo ye calculation say de bia omo be che sika no e dia go ombotom because e dia be biem abusia omo aja hwe de
but because ambassadorize no man Ghana for doing say e tax bia ba be so ye kwa mene ye no and I'm a cobansa. And they people be not realize it. Say 11 the crowd receive you untia.
Abusia, you tell say NBB for say or more court say IMF because 11 no anya juma IMF and the beya juma. Yemfri we swear na yensha de ekoso ewo Mcbrown and Melinda Osei aside. They tell say Melinda Osei a drag Mcbrown was sitting gidi. One saying after say Mcbrown return here to United Showbiz no I say we post videos any photos mo follow no ewo Instagram any other social media handles no I say we post photos any videos yenim what they chira na ho utimu say na tono so bia bam utimu say Mcbrown tono bia bam ni nipadua na kasa no utimu say yes e bia bam man kasa abusia Melinda Osei a drag no say masa so far the way no ase abro yen so masa ase atrayen untwa so yes Melinda Osei wa drag Mcbrown na yen gonko say the wosi eka ensem no like na say na afoforo enya bi enhwe na yenhwe de ekoso ewo hase
eno so ma no ba e odwini hu no ma no odwini ho so e de so e statue ana so be so e de
wonim o say Mcbrown epese wo ye statue ana so pese wo ye den o say wo ba ye odwini ho o pese wo ye statue ana so pese wo ye den abusuan yenhwe Mcbrown we bi this one no about be answer yes so pese we statue and as pese we dey
oh man no mami pull up in a beam anyone in you no trust yeah Ariana
abusia I don't know according to Melinda Osei no no say Mcbrown e ba ye dey say dey wo see ye ne ho o say masa e bro adwene ntiase so say wo dwi ne ho e dey o pese wo ye to ya na according to Melinda Osei
big time player big Uganda I went
abusia ya say Mcbrown epese wo ye to ya na what ya say so far the according to Melinda Osei we any dey worker at the Alpha Mcbrown ho the recent photos and videos I post to know Melinda Osei say no one dey wujide say ebia Mcbrown epese wo free ni party bia because the oye ne ho ne dey Melinda Osei epese wo kire say emfata yes abusia we any the HA amazing mema waso aiden ati bi no be kan sansem we no e ya de say e won comment box no ase no the first the for binim say masa ondi ni fi asem yes Melinda Osei endi ni fi asem what ase yes actually say binim so esre efa de wakan ho we any the HA e social media no so amazing mema widen what be